What's going on, guys? Cubeologist here today, and in this video I've got kind of a beginner's tutorial. It's all about Sledgehammer. So if you're just learning, you're just getting into solving F2L, and you're just doing it intuitively, maybe this will help you out. So I've seen a few questions whenever I mention Sledgehammer on my videos, and people don't really know what I'm talking about. And let me show you what I mean. So the easiest way to talk about Sledgehammer is by inserting a pair in F2L. When you normally insert this pair, what you do is do an R, U prime, R prime to insert that, correct? Well, in this case, what you can do is, if you have the pair right here and say you don't want to do that, what you can do is this. This is called Sledgehammer. It's R prime, F, R, F prime. That will also insert that pair. Now Sledgehammer also applies to the left side of the puzzle. It's just the mirror. It's L, F prime, L prime, F, and that's the same thing, just on the left side. So it can save you from doing cube rotations and different things in F2L. So now let me show you a couple different cases in F2L where I apply this. A place that it isn't really obvious is this case right here, when you have this orange, green, and white one in the bottom right hand corner, and this orange on top. So you have the cross color facing you with these two colors matching. And what you can do is a Sledgehammer from this angle, and that pairs them up, and then you can insert it either the normal way or a Sledgehammer way, depending on how your edges are oriented, but we'll get into that in a second. Now I'm going to show you another F2L case. So this case, as you can see here, we've got the green, orange, and white on the bottom right, and we've got our edge in the back. So normally the way people solve this is by rotating, taking this out, and this sets up the 3-move insert. But another way you can do this is by holding it here. You see these two are the same, your cross colors on bottom. If you do a Sledgehammer, then you have this set up for the 3-move insert, which is pretty cool. And all these work from the left side as well. One that I think is really cool is this case. So the way that most people do this, and the way I still do this sometimes when I'm not thinking, is by taking this out, rotating, and putting it in like that. But what you can do is, let me see if I can insert this back here. What you can do is, when you have it like this, you do a U prime to put it in the back, do a Sledgehammer, and that sets it up for a 3-move insert, which is really cool, honestly. So it's pretty quick, and that can do that F2L pair. And now this one I think is pretty cool as well. It also uses Sledgehammer, and it's only really useful if this pair is flipped in the front like this, but it goes in this back corner. What you do is put this piece over here with a U, do a Sledgehammer, and you can see that it's set up to go in this back slot, just like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. But there's a lot of cases where Sledgehammer might apply, and it's easy to find these out. One way that I've done it, apart from watching other videos, is to set up pairs. Take this pair right here, for instance. If you want to find out how to get to here from a Sledgehammer, you set this up, then do inverse Sledgehammer, which is F, R prime, F prime, R, and you can see there that sets up the case we talked about to begin with. So I know now that if I do Sledgehammer, that sets that up, and I can just insert it. So what you need to do is set up pairs in different ways. Say this pair right here, do inverse Sledgehammer, and you can see that Sledgehammer wouldn't do anything there. So that's not a case that you would really get anything from. So that's just me experimenting and finding out. But do your own experiments and see what you can come up with. And another way that I use Sledgehammer is for my last pair here. As you can see that if you just insert this one normally, you come up with, this is an L, OLL, which aren't bad, but they're not my favorite. But what you can notice is, if you have this pair here, and you've got this L on top, like this, what you can do is insert with Sledgehammer, and it will give you a cross case every time. So I think that's pretty cool, and it also works on the left side. So let me show you that. So like I said, it also works on the left-hand side. If you have your oriented edges like this in the top right, and your pair right here, when you insert normally, you can see that it's not going to give you a cross case. But if you insert with the left sledge, you'll get a cross case. I gotta skip because I set it up, but you'll always get a cross case if you do that just like I showed you with the pair here and the edges there. Now as far as edge orientation goes, I'm pretty bad at it, but there are a lot of cool tricks that you can use with Sledgehammer, and it's pretty cool to be able to know how to insert things multiple ways in F2L and especially in your last pair. So you guys definitely memorize this algorithm or this set of moves and its mirrors if you're just getting into F2L and even learning PLLs and OLLs, because this move shows up all the time. Other than sexy move, it's probably one of the most prevalent triggers out of any of them. So definitely let me know if this helps you out, and if you guys want more tricks like this, let me know. But yeah, this was just for beginners, so if you guys are a little bit more advanced, this was probably really boring, but I thought it was pretty cool. But definitely give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. If you didn't like it, watch it again. Maybe you'll like it better the second time. But like I said, thanks for watching, and you'll hear from me really soon. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.